Well, this is my first attempt at a video blog, so we'll see how it goes. And I just want to tell you a little story about something that happened to me yesterday. I was sitting at the coffee shop working on my sermon, as occasionally happens when amazing things happen at coffee shops, you know. I mean, guy sitting beside me looks over at me, and just as I'm in the middle of writing my sermon, he says, so what you doing? You getting some work done there? Are you a student? What's going on? So I struck up a conversation with him, and come to find out he's been a horse breeder / race horse trainer for a while, very involved some of the big races around, and has trained some pretty significant, by his own estimation, horses, which I know nothing about. An interesting conversation, but as it all started to unfold, he says, so what are you doing? And I said, I'm a pastor. I'm right in the middle of writing my sermon. And I was right at a part where I was writing about the qualifications for a pastor. And as if God is extremely concerned with my sermon illustrations, the guy says, hey, you know what? I've got some buddies that have been involved in hiring chaplains down at the racetracks during the summer for a couple of weeks here or there. You could sign on. And then he proceeded to tell me just that one of the major benefits of this was that I could rub shoulders with those who are fairly wealthy. And he said, I'm guessing if you're starting a brand new church that, boy, there's some money there to go around, and you could get some funding through this. Then he proceeded to talk to me about some interesting ways to view this money. He said, now there's what I would call black money. The money that comes through the gambling, through the sex, through the drug trade, all of that stuff. And of course, you wouldn't want to touch the black money. And then there's just the honest, white money that's above board. And then there's all this gray money that all of these people down there are looking to, kind of offload and make sure that the government doesn't get their hands on. So you would stand to gain favorably by going down there a couple weeks every summer and, mix it up with the horse tracks. And I was literally in the middle of writing a sentence about how pastors, elders, overseers, the people who hold that office, are not to be lovers of money. Literally, the paragraph I was writing about. Unbelievable. I don't believe there's any accidents or anything that is that God doesn't orchestrate. But as I looked at that, I just thought, wow, is God that concerned about my sermon illustration? Well, the conversation kind of turned a little bit. He said, have you ever done any study in comparative religions? God gave this to me just in a moment. I'm not a real mystical kind of guy, but I said, I've done a lot of study. I actually have a master's degree in Islamic studies. I've done a lot of comparing religions, but I have not found anything in any religion anywhere that compares to Jesus Christ. Where does he stand in your life? And I had an opportunity at that point to talk with him in depth about that. He's doing some reading on some different things that deal with comparative religions. Not real interested in Jesus Christ at this point, but had an awesome opportunity to talk. And it just highlighted to me a couple of things. Being in the Word helps us to be able to, at least in that situation, helped me to be able to ultimately kind of dissect the culture and understand a little bit about what's going on there. And it helped me to reflect back on God's Word as I considered and thought about the things that this guy said. And I had a framework to filter it through. As a pastor, as somebody who is studying God's Word, and then he is basically, in essence, saying, hey, why don't you come down and make some illegal money, some gray money on the side. I have certainly the framework to filter that through in regards to my faith. But then the second thing that I just wanted to notice is how awesome the opportunities flow as we engage the world, as we get out into our culture and spend some time at the coffee shop, spend some time out where people are living. And it's amazing. Just strange things happen at coffee shops. Strange things happen out there. You get these strange conversations. And not every day I get an opportunity to go down for a couple weeks in the summer and work the horse tracks as a chaplain. I hadn't even thought about it. But I tell you what, get out, engage your world, be involved, and see what's going on. We are called to be people who are in the world, out in the Word, and then seeking to try to make a difference. Let me know your thoughts. Leave me a note or a message, or just even maybe some of the strange things you've seen at a coffee shop lately.